Back in row 11, Jason Winkle and Kyle Davis. James Neiswanger and Michael Muskrat will start 23rd and 24th. And then Peyton Taylor got the provisional. He won the championship of the Big Buck 50 back in 2019 and 2020. The 4-car salute from the Super Stocks here at Lucas Oil Speedway. And I'm almost going to bet this is not the last time you see these cars 4 wide. They'll probably get that way throughout the race, as they are racing for a huge, huge payday. Fireworks atop the skyline here at the Diamond of Dirt tracks as they head down the backstretch. This track has become extremely racy throughout the evening. A lot of laps have been put on it with all of the racing action, and these drivers had to make wholesale changes to their cars and setups to make sure it is ready. As this action becomes 3 and 4 wide, they will trade paint, they'll bend fenders, they will lean on one another. They all respect their equipment, but they also know what the overall goal is, and that is to win $10K. Gary Clark and Terry Schultz through the Pitts Realty start zone. The Big Buck 50 returns to the Diamond of Dirt tracks. Terry Schultz with the early lead and a quick spin. That is over in turn number 2. Peyton Taylor in the 219 had to take a provisional. Also involved in that's the 88, as you see it getting back out on the track. That is Jason Winkle. The 219 of Peyton Taylor had to take the provisional. If there's anybody that had bad luck this week, it was the 219. He came in and his regular ride had engine issues during hot laps on Thursday. Exact same thing on Friday. And Jared Neiswander, who bought this car from Peyton Taylor, they're parked right beside one another in the pit area. They said, you know what, let's just put your seat in my car. He allowed Peyton Taylor to drive last night and tonight. Hats off to Jared Neiswander, and Peyton Taylor really kind of took it extremely easy. He knew going into tonight that he had the provisional opportunity, so he didn't really push it too hard. But now that you're starting dead last, you are going to push it because you got a lot of cars to pass in that 50-lap time frame. Gary Clark and Terry Schultz got off to the breakaway in the top 2. And Gary Clark has them at a steady pace down the backstretch. All nose to tail. And through the Pitts Realty start zone. They say it's go time. Schultz up the track. Gary Clark, a nose out in front. Schultz is looking for some grip up top as Gary Clark leads lap number 1. Terry Schultz again won the inaugural event back in 14. Multiple time winner this year. Doesn't run a lot of super stocks. He runs mostly in the B-Mod class as he leans on Gary Clark. Schultz out of Sedalia, Missouri. Sperry Auto Service, one of his sponsors. A 5-time winner at Central Missouri State. He won 7 times last year. First lap, Terry Schultz really working the high side. Now he ducks down to the inside. And he'll get the run to the inside of Gary Clark, but Gary Clark still leads. Two-car length advantage, 3 laps down with 47 to go. And not bad lap times here in the early going. It's going to get slower as the night goes along, but they are right around the 18 to 19 second range as Richie Tosh now challenging for second. Tosh looking to the inside of Gary Clark. Had a unique event here at Lucas Oil Speedway earlier on where the USRA stock cars have become the class that runs here weekly. Super Stocks used to be here. We had a full fender challenge where stock cars and super stocks all came in and had their own individual features. Then took the top finishers out of both classes, put them into 1A main, and Richie Tosh won that. So he has already smelled victory lane here at the Diamond of Dirt tracks. As we see another pass is Josh Jones in the 1J, looking at the inside of Gary Clark. Josh out of Paragould, Arkansas. He's won 5 times at Old Number 1, but he did it in 2 different classes. A 3-time winner in a super stock, won in a pure stock twice, and once he got around Gary Clark, he checks out. He's out by 6 car lengths and pulls right up on the back bumper of Richie Tosh. First time that Josh Jones has been here to Lucas Oil Speedway. Former super stock champ in '92 at Harrisburg. Richie Tosh 2 car lengths ahead of the 1J, as Terry Schultz now out by 9 car lengths. Saw a little flash of a yellow light, and the Midwest Sheet Metal caution has come out. Colton Borland in flames as he parks it on the grass. Window net is down. Special thanks to Beach Dirt Works for that, and putting a little extra pocket in Dean Willie's, or money in Dean Willie's pocket. It's been all Terry Schultz so far. Richie Tosh to the inside, Josh Jones to the outside. And through the pits Realty start zone. Terry Schultz right down on the nose of Richie Tosh. Contact right underneath the Foley Equipment flag stand, but we stay straight and we stay green. First time into the top 3 for the G1. One of the more storied drivers around the Midwest, the Arkansas hot shoe, Tony Anglin, out of Walnut Ridge, Arkansas. Won 326 career times. He's only won once this year at Batesville. And his note of fame as the 219 of Peyton Taylor, he's up to the top 5. Holy cow, how'd he get there? He started dead last. Back to Tony Anglin real quick. He's the only driver that's finished in the top 6 every single Big Buck 50. He sits second right now. May not be there for long, as Peyton Taylor has marched to the front. 3 cars battling for second. Tony Anglin swaps to the inside. Gets to the inside of Richie Tosh. Peyton Taylor rim riding around the top. He's borrowed that car, and he's gone from 25th, battling for second. If he wins tonight, he will have won 3 consecutive Big Buck 50s. He won it in 2019 and 2020. And after the break, he's going to win it in 24 if he can make his way to the front. Working to the outside of Richie Tosh right now. Down the front stretch, and the yellow light flickers. The yellow flag comes out. The Midwest Sheet Metal caution for the number 4, and he was our fastest in qualifying. And we've got them all lined back out behind Terry Schultz. May just be a matter of time before Peyton Taylor gets to the top. Again, no luck for Peyton on Thursday and Friday during the preliminary races. He was nowhere in the picture because he knew he didn't have to get to the front to take the provisional. He has now used that provisional, and he is fighting for a $10,000 paycheck. The outside didn't work this time. He's going to go right up the middle and then dive to the inside of Richie Tosh. Terry Schultz gives up the lead to Tosh. Now Anglin is up into it. You see some damage on the left rear of Tony Anglin, and Peyton Taylor now has cleared the entire field, 25th to 1st. He's cleared the field, running lap times an entire second faster than second place running Richie Tosh. He might lap the field. But that won't happen if we keep having cautions. Midwest Sheet Metal caution comes out again. Through the Pitts Realty start zone. And Peyton Taylor says, let's get it on. New contender up in the top 5, and that's JT Carroll in that 94, smack dab in the middle between Tony Anglin and Terry Schultz, the youngster from Camdenton, Missouri. Started out running in a pure stock. His biggest payday came in a pure stock when he won 1,000 to win here. Made the move to a B mod. Picked up his first B mod win during the USRA Nationals last year. And now in a super stock, and that's what his dad really loves to drive, as you see 2 more cars sideways over in turn 2. That's the third. And with 17 laps in the books, inching closer. Pitts Realty start zone sits over in turn 4. In between the flags is where Peyton Taylor is able to finally launch off, and he takes off. Just looking to get a few laps in here and get everybody spread out. If we can get away from 2 and 3 wide, I think we've got a good chance of rattling some laps off. As JT Carroll to the inside of Tony Anglin. This is for 3rd and 4th. Things are getting a little touchy midway through the pack as they fan out 2 and 3 wide. Peyton Taylor taking a distinctly different circuit around this 3/8 mile oval. Up higher on the track on corner entry as JT gets shuffled around, running behind Richie Tosh. He completed 20, down to 30 to go for a $10,000 payday. Pretty much single file. Terry Schultz, who started on the front row outside row 1. He has fallen back to 5th right now. He's the only one up around the cushion until you get back to the 4G of Gary Clark. Derek Brown in the number 11 got a little sideways off of corner exit, and I think he might have made contact with the 10K. I'd have to consider that again because they were really close, but the Midwest Sheet Metal caution comes out. Damage on the right front of Derek Brown's number 11. Doesn't seem to give any type of tire rub as he's still running pretty well. He's jumped up to the top 5. And Peyton Taylor is making this look real easy. And the Midwest Sheet Metal caution comes out. Brings out another caution. Little wagging of the finger there from Chris Junkersfeld. And a little waving back from Scotty Allen. And you see some damage on the front end of the Thundersting 2.0. And he's going to have to come back to the pits. You see some sheet metal flapping on the 216 of Junkersfeld. Scotty Allen headed back to the hot pit. Sounds as though they're trying to get a tire changed on the 12. But the night belongs so far to the 219 of Peyton Taylor. Again, a two-time winner of this event. Peyton out of Batesville, Arkansas. Started racing back in 2000, and he has been here a handful of times, and anytime he comes to Lucas Oil Speedway, he's pretty darn good. We've seen him here not only in this car, but we have seen him in a couple of other classes. Scotty Allen does get back out on the track. We've seen Peyton Taylor here in a modified. We had a big show last year whenever the SRX came to town. Modifieds ran as a support class, and Peyton Taylor came up and ran in that event. Race control has sent some word down. This might be the final two-wide restart we have. And a car gets stalled over in turn 2. They may all have to go into the pits and refuel at halftime. Through the Pits Realty restart zone. Get the show back underway. Started with 25, down to 19. Derek Brown working the middle of the track. Terry Schultz to the outside as Peyton Taylor rim rides the top. Richie Tosh running in second, JT Carroll third. And again, can't say enough about the run that JT is given this 94C. His dad, Kenny Carroll, longtime super stock guy. He actually helped to start this event with the help of Whitetail Trophy Hunt. As a family-run organization, as JT looks to the inside. Craig Danuser from Whitetail Trophy and Kenny Carroll are close friends. And I know he probably doesn't have a rooting interest, but I think he'd like to see JT be able to track down Peyton Taylor. Currently, the way they run, Tony Anglin in fourth might continue his streak of finishing in the top 6. There he is in the G1. And he's looking to the inside of Richie Tosh. He might get up in the top 3. He will with that pass. Peyton Taylor just on a Saturday night drive, actually a Sunday morning drive. dad used to drive a car back in the day, and he earned the nickname Elbow from one of his friends. Oh, is Terry Schultz way up to the top? Going to lose some track position there. Asked my dad's friend, why do you call my dad Elbow? He says, because whenever he was leading, he would stick his elbow out of the car like he was on a Saturday night drive. So they gave him the nickname Elbow, and that's what Peyton Taylor's looking like right now. He is on cruise control. And Peyton Taylor now starting to catch up with lap traffic. Darren Porter will get ready to go a lap down. As the laps, now with everybody strung out, starting to click away as Darren Porter now down one lap, and the lead for Peyton Taylor 2.4 seconds over JT Carroll. So Peyton Taylor ahead of JT Carroll, Tony Anglin, and Terry Schultz. They're your top four. Derek Brown starting to run to the front. He's now up to fifth as he's looking to the inside of Terry Schultz. Now with 14 laps to go, Peyton Taylor's put Clayton Campbell a lap down. And Peyton Taylor, as he runs the top side, you start to look ahead at the lap traffic. Peyton now goes to the bottom in 3 and 4. And as you see Terry Schultz in the B4, he's still well behind the field. But Peyton's about ready to catch up with a wad of cars that are all about to go a lap down. And they now have really strung out. JT Carroll, there's nobody between he and Peyton Taylor. With 10 laps to go. See how everybody's strung out? Now Peyton Taylor, look ahead of him. There's Welshmeyer, there's Scotty Allen, there's Jones, there's Junkersfeld, there's Brian Brown. They're all there. He's going to have to try to work his way through and not lose lap time to JT Carroll that's trying to haul him in. Brian Shute in the 251 is running up top. Ted Welshmeyer to the bottom. And now JT Carroll in the 94C. He can just try to run perfect laps and eat up some racetrack, but he is running out of time with 9 laps to go. Michael Muskrat right ahead with Brian Brown and Ted Welshmeyer. The gap got smaller, but Peyton Taylor has been able to work his way through. Up the track goes PT. Down the backstretch through 3 and 4. 6 laps to go. Whenever he crosses underneath the Foley Equipment flag stand. And JT Carroll getting held up by Ted Welshmeyer right now. Again, he is running out of laps. The snake, Peyton Taylor. Usually a snake runs around the bottom. Peyton Taylor was working the top side to perfection earlier on. He had to do a little bit of it again to get through lap traffic, and he has exactly done that. With only 4 laps to go, he's just got to stay out of trouble. And JT Carroll going to get in trouble with Scotty Allen. Lots of contact with the 94, just runs right over the left front of the 12 of the Thunderstang. Nobody was going to hold JT Carroll up, that's for sure. And there you see the aftermath and the damage on Scotty Allen's car. Two sticks in the air already as JT Carroll not going to be able to catch up with Peyton Taylor. White flag came out, but the yellow flag comes out quickly as well. We're going to have a halt in the action as the Midwest Sheet Metal caution comes out. The white was about ready to fly, but the yellow beats it to it. Peyton Taylor thought he had it free and clear, but a yellow thrown, and we'll step aside as we've got a one-lap shootout. Peyton Taylor with JT Carroll right behind him. Does that give JT one last chance at 10 grand? It's Peyton's right now. We'll see how this one turns out when we return to Lucas Oil Speedway. Can JT, the youngster from Camdenton, keep up with the veteran as the green flag comes out through the Pitts Realty restart zone? And the race is on up front. Derek Brown charges up to third. Gets around Tony Anglin. One more circuit. White flag in the air for Peyton Taylor. JT Carroll falling off the pace by 1.2 seconds. Back in 2020 was the last time the Big Buck 50 was ran. The winner that night was Peyton Taylor. He now will three-peat as Big Buck 50 champion. He wins it again. The 50-lap main event, the 8th annual Big Buck 50, goes to Peyton Taylor.